So somebody commented do a light up one, so that's what we're gonna do. We got some dry flowers. Probably gonna do pink. I don't know. We got some LED lights. Let's get it. This is the worst part. I'm trying to get it flat so before I can add in the resin because I don't want it to stick out. It's not cooperated. Alright, so I'm just adding in a little bit of resin. Whoops. Dry flowers. I'm gonna add in there some glitter. Pretty. It looks so pretty with the lights on. Wow, I love it already.
Buat kalian yang takut barangnya pecah, kalian tonton video ini sampai habis ya. Sebelum dimasukin ke kardus, kita pakein dulu bubble wrap. Setelah masuk kardus pun, di luarnya kami pakein bubble wrap lagi untuk meminimalisir tingkat kerusakan pada paket. Dan dipastikan tidak ada yang cacat sebelum dikirim ke customer. Terima kasih.
So when I was a sophomore in high school, I had this teacher who would only let the students in her class use the restroom one time per semester. Well, one day I raised my hand and I was like, excuse me, I don't remember her name, can I please use the restroom? And she was like, no you can't because you've already used the restroom in my class this semester. Well, excuse me, you can't dictate my bladder. So I'm like all frustrated and I started secretly texting my mom because I wasn't allowed to use my phone in class. And I was like, Mom, I'm sitting in class right now. My teacher won't let me use the restroom. And she was like, I'll take care of it for you. And I was like, okay. So like 5 minutes goes by and all of a sudden my teacher's phone starts ringing and she walks up to it and answers it and she's like, hello? Yeah. Okay, thank you. And then she walks up to me like so angry and she like slams the pass on my desk and she was like, since you have to go that bad. And I was like, yeah, I really do, thanks. And I got up and left.
A few weeks ago, a guy messaged me telling me that as soon as he got a girlfriend, he would be buying her one of my custom denim jackets. I was visiting my sister in Los Angeles at the time that I received the message, and we both died at how cute his message was. I could tell by his profile that he's a baseball player, so I assume that he wants his girlfriend to have a jacket with his name and number on it. I offered to give him a shout out in my Instagram stories to try and find him a girlfriend. He declined, saying that he wanted things to happen naturally, which I totally respect. He has no idea, but in a small way, his message restored some of my faith in men. And it really made me hopeful that there's a guy out there somewhere in the world waiting with plans to have a custom denim jacket also made for me.
top, I'ma hit it from the back.
Hit it from the back, hit it from the back, hit it from the back.
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always make you stand out in a crowd. But someone picked you from the box when your glance was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh, darling, I was glad to let you go. But now since I see you in his arms, yes, I do now. Ooh, ooh, baby. Yeah, 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 yeah. But with a little help from my friends, I found a light in the tunnel at the end. Now you're calling me up on the phone, so you can have a little wine and a moan. It's only because you're feeling alone.
Welcome, Stoner. Be our guest. Relieve your stress. Have some cannabis. Oh, yes. We have papers. We have blunt wraps. And, of course, the very best. If you're sure and want some dabs, we have oil, shatters, wax. So many flavors at the presses. Grab your torches. Get to prepping. After all, here is now your chance to meet new stoners for a dance. And the ganja here is never second.
Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Yeah, go ahead, let your head down. So far. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing.
So today I'll be telling you guys how I make my notebooks. And that first step is demolding the front and back covers, which you can see here, then getting my binder rings and my paper. We need to align those up, click it in, and there we go, that's it.
I like you, won't give a fuck about your boyfriend. Come on, let's link, can't do what I do. I can beat it up with no hands. Treat you like you monarchy, we can slide out, touch bands. Come on.
So I had been saving dried roses for when I'd finally be able to get these molds, and someone bought them for me off my wish list, so I was finally able to use the dried roses I had. I had other expenses I needed to get before a new mold, so I'm just glad someone got them for me so I can use them now. It definitely didn't come out how I would have liked it to. You can also see I spilled the resin a little bit at the start, and then The mold just did not close right, so the resin was leaking out, even, it's supposed to be a sphere. So I actually had to hold it closed for a bit while it was under the UV light because the resin was just spilling. Didn't come out the best, but try number 1, I've got lots of other dried roses. Also, my second shop is starting to be restocked, so if y'all want to check that out, those are mostly older works from before I was doing TikTok. It just took them a while to be put up because I sent them up to Washington from before I didn't have any way to get stuff out myself, so it could be shipped and stuff.
But I watch your eyes as she walks. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000. It's just how I love you for 1,000.
Black neighborhoods are over-policed, so of course they have higher rates of crime. And white perpetrators are undercharged, so of course they have lower rates of crime. And all of those stupid stats you keep using are operating off a small sample size. So shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Like no one ever was. To catch them is my.
Alright, apparently this needs repeated. The pentacle is not satanic, it's a symbol of protection. I have made so many videos explaining what it is, and I tell people in the comments section, but they still freak out at me and refuse to listen. Or they start trying to convert me in a very, very mean manner. Please stop sending Bible verses to my DMs. I'm ignoring you. I was raised on paganism. I've gone to ritual. I started being taught witchcraft at around 12 or 13 by my mother. It's got nothing to do with Satan, no matter how much you insist it does. There are many people who attempt to explain to these people these things, but they just want to be angry and try and convert people by insulting them, I guess. You can't threaten me with hell if I don't believe in hell. Just fuck off. No one wants you here. We don't care what religion you are, we just care that you're being an asshole. You can stay if you're not an asshole. I just have a zero tolerance policy for that shit.
There's no way to say this song's about someone else. Every time you're not in my arms, I start to lose myself. Someone please pass me my shades. Don't let them see me down. You have taken over my days, so tonight I'm going out. Yet I'm feeling like there is no better place than right by your side. I had a little taste and I'll only spoil the party anyway. Cause all the girls are looking fine, but you're the only one on my mind. La-di-dee-la-da-da-do-da-da-da-me, da-da-da-you. La-di-dee-la-da-da-do, there's only me, there's only you. La-di-dee-la-da-da-do, da-da-da-me, da-da-da-you.
December 31st, I grabbed a beer, threw it up, said 2020 is my year, bitches. And I honestly thought that until I gave this motherfucker like a month or two. This is getting kind of ridiculous at this point. Yo, my cat died, and a global pandemic took over my life. And I put out some music that nobody liked, so I got really sad and bored at the same time. And that's why I'm like, low-key, fuck 2020. Still sad, still ain't got no money. I ain't got a watch up on my wrist. I just got some shit I gotta fix, yo.
A couple days after this bride's wedding, she overnighted these flowers to me and I received them in the mail. After I dried the flowers, I started working on the layout. Typically, I provide layout options for the brides. I do about 2 to 3 layout options. This is what the bride chose, and I started working on it, tweaking it, trying to make it look as best as I could. I'm not wearing gloves in this video. I use gloves at all times when I'm working with the resin, but once I'm kind of done with that process, I like to take the gloves off just because I feel like I have better control of when I'm placing the flowers. Of course, it is safest to use gloves at all times. Use your protective gear, wear your mask. Resin can be toxic. There are less toxic versions of resin, but to be safe, please wear your protection at all times.
I believe it is important to learn from your mistakes, so here are my mistakes with resin. First up is these ones. I did not pour the thing in correctly. This has been sitting for literally a week now, and it is floppy, like really floppy. They won't set. So those ones fucked up. Next is this rose. It was the first one I've ever done, and it was a live rose, so it all changed colors, and it got fucked up. Next is this ball. I think I was trying to do like pearl there and colors, and yeah, the paint's still wet and it's been like 4 days, so that was fun. Still won't dry. Next is this comb. It spilled all over it and I couldn't salvage it in time. And lastly is the spill from that comb. Well, it got knocked over and I decided to let it sit. And this is what it turned out to be. I still think it's gorgeous.
I got this feeling on the summer day, the summer day. I got that summertime, summertime.
And I met you in the summer. We fell in love.
If you see this, please don't scroll away. I kinda make art, and honestly, I feel like nobody here on TikTok cares about art. So if you like art like me, can you please like this video? Because I feel worthless after working so many hours on a piece of work and then nobody actually seems to like it. Don't mind this one, this was a fail. You're probably going to go away, so I'm sorry if I wasted a couple seconds of your day. Also, could you please check this angry? This is an angry orange, by the way. Yeah.